Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with two comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Don't think it'll work. All right, we gotta fix this. Excuse us, guys. I know it's live.
What's up, everybody?
Just gotta shift this up a little. Don't be too weirded out. All right, there we go. I think that's a little better.
I don't know. When's the Chiefs game? Good.
The Chiefs game just ended.
Oh, was that? Did they win?
Oh, no.
Did they win?
It's
Kyle, how's the football going?
at the third is 21-21.
It's going to overtime, 24-24.
Holy, whoa, wait a minute. The Bengals came back?
Yes.
Good for
And
them.
I've placed a not insignificant bet at 100-1 odds that the Bengals will win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Right on.
Good for you, man. That might come true.
The bet is big enough to buy Taco Bell with. So if I win, I will get good money.
I'll just say this. The Chiefs looked like they were just going to run away with the game. And then not only did the Bengals come back, but the Chiefs haven't scored in over.
They just kicked a 44-yard field goal to send it to overtime.
Wow.
The Bengals were leading.
The Bengals were actually leading. The Chiefs. All right, I'm impressed.
What's the next game of the day for?
I'm going to be here not being okay.
Yeah, it's the Rams. The Rams-Niners. Oh, welcome to the football cast, where we also try to sell comic books. We talk about sports, and we sell comics. Now, actually, I think we do. Welcome, everybody. This is Fat Jack's Comicrypt. I'm Brendon. That's Al. We got Jason hanging out with us.
Hiya.
So the tripod is here. We got some spotlight books. We got this row up here are all books that we had on the local show that didn't sell. So give everyone who might only see us on The Experience a chance to see what we have left over. Everything down here are all brand new stuff. Also something we haven't had in a while, but we're going to kind of roll out again. What's that? Oh, okay. I can kind of. Sorry. It's not always enough time. But these are bundles. So if anyone sees anything that they're interested in, and if you've never seen this show before, here's how we do it. Sometimes we can babble on a little bit too much, let's just say, or I can. So with that said, if you have any questions, you're curious about anything that's up here, whether I'm talking about it or not, or you want to claim something, please hit us up in the chat. Al will maintain and keep a running list. And we will obviously prioritize what you are actually interested in. And if there is no questions or nobody's claiming anything, then I'll just kind of meander around and talk about what we have up here. We do have we got a bunch more stuff over here we'll get to at some point. But again, we'll pretty much just keep talking and keep trying to sell books until we run out of time at 8 o'clock. And the way it works, in case you've never watched us before, this is a claim sale show. So we're going to need you to claim the books in the chat. Please be as specific as possible so there's no misunderstandings about what you're claiming or what you're questioning about. If for whatever reason there's any technical issues, we talked about this in the local show, but let's just say it again because we had a problem last week. If for whatever reason you're claiming books or you're asking questions about the books and we're not acknowledging you at all, we might not actually see you in the chat. There might be a problem either on our end or there's a tech issue somewhere in the great ether, okay? If you feel we're not acknowledging you, please give us a call, 215-963-0788. We want to try to resolve any issues as quick as possible in the moment so everyone can obviously get the books that you're interested in and you want to pick up. Because, again, we're not here to just ignore you. That is... I'm not that entertaining. I'd probably
Come into the shop for that.
yeah, right. Thank you, Kyle. If you want to follow us on social media, we do have a Facebook page, but probably the most active social media profile is our Instagram page at the FJC Paradox. You can always DM us. A lot of times we put up photos of books that might be on the show that coming week or what have you. Everything's for sale. So if you see a photo and it's the entire comic book, most likely that means it's for sale. If it's like a weird little image and there's a strange esoteric quote, that's just me trying to maintain the streak. At least one post. We're almost at 500 posts.
All right.
Yeah, almost at 500 posts.
It's only been 2 months.
In fact, Jason, I really got a kick out of that the video you sent of the girl trying to maintain her lizard profile. I hate that lizard. Everyone wants to post every day.
It's destroying my life.
It's funny. Because again, the way you claim the books, we're going to talk about something again in a second. The way you claim the books is, like I said, in the chat. If you're here close or you shop at our Philly store, any books you claim will be behind the register under your name, waiting for you to pick up. If you are closer to our New Jersey shop, we'll send the books over there for you to pick up. If you are outside of the area and you need those books shipped to you, we're going to need your contact and shipping information if you've never shopped with us before. And the way that we get that information from you is through our email. So you would email us at that's the Instagram. It's fjccshow@gmail.com. That is our email. Al handles that. He'll send out the invoices. Once the invoices are sent out, you have a 10-day period to purchase and have them shipped out or picked up. Anything that is claimed during the show, we need to keep, getting this stock moving. So if after 10 days, if we haven't heard from you or what have you, we're going to put the stuff back into rotation. Again, it's not personal. As Ice Cube says it, it's just business, all right? That's the one thing about it. Sucks I don't have that Terror Inc. cover, because on the cover, he literally says, it's not personal. It's just business. Let me think.
The next cover, he's got the no pass.
Yeah. Oh, my God. When it comes to... Oh, Zayn, what is up, buddy? You remember that thing I was teasing? It didn't happen. So we're just... This train is still just chugging along. In regards to shipping, the first item, no matter what it is, starts at $7. And then every item after that, obviously shipping costs go up a little bit, but Al will do his best to consolidate the prices as much as possible, because as we like to say here, no one is trying to profit off of shipping costs. We want that to be as affordable for you because we want you to get these books, all right?
For anybody curious, if you claim books, it's all very transparent in the emails you receive, but if there's any problem or you think if you're claiming books and you got multiple orders coming to you, we will consolidate. Mm-hmm. You can always just email us if you have a question. Like Brendon said, we're not trying to gouge anybody.
Yeah, so we're trying to, you work with us, we work with you, all that kind of stuff. Also, if you have any buyer's remorse tomorrow, please email us.
Yeah.
Even if it's before the invoice goes out, don't leave us hanging.
Don't let them just sit there.
Yeah, because no offense, we'll just right back into the rotation, All right. With that said, we did bring this up before. If there is any time-sensitive questions or you're curious about certain books, don't do it to the email, okay? The best way to do it is you can DM us on the Facebook page. Eric checks that pretty regularly. You can DM me on the Instagram page. I check that daily. If you don't follow us and you send me a DM, I sometimes forget that I have to accept the request. Like some guy, like he was looking for a bunch of books and he doesn't follow us and he hit me up on Wednesday. I didn't see it till this morning and I felt terrible. I was like, oh my God, buddy, I'm so sorry. It all worked out. He got the books he was looking for, almost complete. I was only missing a couple. He almost got everything he was looking for. I was very excited about that because I was afraid we weren't going to find any of it. So if there's any time-sensitive things, or you're curious about certain books, or you can call us here at the shop, 215-963-0788. Okay? Easy as that. Is that all the business, I guess? All right, so that's all the business. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is ask any priorities up front.
Mr. Lamb is interested in bundles.
Okay. All right, so we'll get to the spotlight books in a moment because Gary is one of the best customers. He's been with us for a long time. He's been with this show since the beginning. So because of that, I want to show him some respect by talking about some bundles real quick. So real quick, we got a bunch of JLA miniseries. This is Jla Paradise Lost. This is when Grant Morrison introduced that Angel character into the JLA. This is a 3-issue miniseries by Mark Millar and Ariel Olivetti. This, like I said, 3 issues. It retails for $10. It's yours for $4. We then have by Timothy Truman, who illustrated probably one of the three greatest Jonah Hex Vertigo miniseries of all time. This is Jla Gatekeeper. This is a 3-issue prestige format series from 2001. Retails for $18. We have it here for $7. We have a complete prestige series, again, JLA. It's 4-issue prestige by John Arcudi and Tom Mandrake. This is JLA Destiny from 2002. Retails for $20. We got it here for $8. And then we have JLA Created Equal by Fabian Nicieza.
There you go.
Not too bad. And Kevin McGuire. All right, you ready for this tagline? Everyone ready?
Or Marshall.
What?
Or Marshall.
Or Marshall. Yeah. There you go. Here's the tagline for this 2-issue Elseworld storyline. In a world without men, the unborn child of a Superman is humanity's last hope. You read that right. Men do not exist in this world except for Superman and Lex Luthor. It's an interesting series. Anyway, this retails for $14. We got it here for $6. And then, all right, we're gonna do the rest of these JLAs, and then we'll talk about some spotlights, and then we'll come back to the bundles. Let's see if I can actually balance this with professionalism.
There is some interest in black belt.
Okay. So,
whatever you get to.
Okay, unless that person needs to bail in the next 2 minutes, I'm just going to finish this, and then that will be the next one I talk about. All right, so next up is another 3-issue prestige format, JLA Act of God. This is 3 issues by Doug Munch and Dave Ross. This is from 2000. So I'm pretty sure this is the storyline where they all lose their powers and they all have to go on. I don't know. It's an Elseworld title. Elseworld titles are a lot of fun. Complete series. Retails for $18. We got it here for $7. And then we have a 6-issue miniseries. It's actually 6 individual one-shots, all with George Perez covers, but he doesn't do any of the interiors. It's called the Justice Leagues. And so there's all these different, there's the Justice Leagues of Atlantis, the Justice Leagues of, it's just a bunch of Elseworldy stuff, and then they all kind of dovetail back in with to each other. And a bunch of different artists, like this one is Ethan Van Sciver. This one back here is Justiniano. I think Tom Pyre wrote all the one-shots. Breaking them up was just the beginning. There you go. So this is a 6-issue limited series called The Justice Leagues from 2001. Retails for $20. We got it here for $8. And then we have another Elseworlds title, JLA, The Secret Society of Superheroes. This is a 2-issue miniseries written by Howard Chaykin and his co-writer Tishman. I forget the dude's first name. Oh, David Tishman. It's right there. Illustrated by Mike McCone. This is, like I said, a 2-issue prestige format, Elseworld. Retails for $12. We got it here for $5. And then last of the JLA miniseries bundles, we have JLA Titans. The generation gap just got wider. This is a 3-issue series from 1998, written by Devin Grayson, illustrated by the brilliant Phil Jimenez. Very much on par with George Perez. For anyone who didn't read or check out the art from that recent Black Label Amazonia. I mean,
History of Amazonia.
yes, History of Amazonia. Next level art. So this is a 3-issue miniseries from 1998. Retails for $12, and we have it here for $5.
I can't remember who. I want to say it was Mr. Griffin. Somebody commented said he's never looked better.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's the format because it's a little oversized, but it's exceptional.
Well, we're lucky that it was oversized because his artwork is extremely detailed. And even in that oversized, there's a couple panels that are like, wait, what? Okay, so I've heard that someone is curious about what is referred to as
Butt rag.
butt rag. Oh, well, welcome, butt rag. We really appreciate your butt balls. Bengals won.
Oh,
Whoa!
sorry to all
Whoa!
All 3 you in Northeast.
Okay, all right. I might get my
It's
wish.
huge though. That's a weird.
Bengals Niners round
That's a
3.
weird Super Bowl.
Wow, Joe Burrow in his second year. Man, all right. I wonder who's getting that MVP. Not you, Mahomes. Wow, sorry, Big Red. Man, they really.
Off a field goal.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, look how the Chiefs won last week.
That's true.
And they said whoever won that Chiefs-Bills game is going to win the Super
I
Bowl.
wanted to see the Bills win now.
Yeah, we all did. But, hey, you know what?
Cincinnati Bills.
I'll tell you one thing. You know who's not happy Cincinnati won? NFL. And their advertising partners. They are not happy.
All right, we're not paying anyone for anything.
Woo! They're like, oh, no.
Down the toilet.
Okay, so we have over here what is referred to as the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles parody comic book. That is what gives it this infamous key, all right? And what we have here is adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. This is a very fine plus copy at $4, and it is the first appearance. Now, real quick, does anyone here know the names of the 4 black belt hamsters? Okay.
Chuck,
Are you looking it up?
Charles.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know these, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chuck is one.
Charles is not.
No, Charles is not another one. Okay, how about this? I'm going to read the 4 names, and you give me the last name that they're obviously referencing. You ready? Clint, Chuck, Jackie, and Bruce. Can we figure out who they're all referenced to?
Yeah, I'm drawing blank.
Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, and Clint Eastwood. That is the 4. Yeah. Kind of like Leonardo, Raphael, you know. So they were. It's a parody. Let us not forget. So there we go. This is the first appearance of Clint, Chuck, Jackie, and Bruce, the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. And I'm one of the very few people who actually really enjoyed this book growing up. So there we go. So for the gentleman or young or lady who butt rag or whoever asked about the book, there you go. Adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters #1. The first appearance of Clint, Chuck, Jackie, and Bruce. There we go.
Are you interested too? Also,
Jason, are we getting into a bidding war? Jason versus butt rag?
thank you, Mr. Kieran.
All right, Mr. Okay, so
You won out. You won. You won the banana one.
he won banana one. Good, he deserved to win. Yeah.
I don't need that.
Hey! There was a rumor there was somebody online calling themselves Butt Rag. I was just,
I
hey,
can't speak on this. I don't know where this stuff comes from.
yeah. Hey,
Talking about, man.
Al could just tell me lies of names, and I would just be like, "Thank you very much. I was there." No.
2-6, I was at home.
I wish I was there. Oh, by the way, I don't want to really get into it too much, but are you both aware that Mouse, Art Spiegelman's Mouse, has been banned
Yes.
in Tennessee school district?
Yep. And Texas too.
Oh, Texas fell in line. Okay. Do you know why they banned it, or at least the reason why they give why they banned it?
Oh, because it has words in it.
Because it has.
The word "the" is in it.
Because it has curse words and nudity, which sounds to me like a thick layer of bullshit of why they really banned it.
That's some obscene shit.
Can you believe that?
That's fucking.
I'll be honest.
I apologize for my language. That's disgusting. It's extremely.
I couldn't believe when I saw that. I kind of yelled, and Angela, my girlfriend, she was like, "What? Somebody died?"
Oh, it's got nudity. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever actually read the book? It's not gratuitous. It's not sexy. I mean, but I forgot.
That's ass.
Some people think the Holocaust is a hoax.
It's a big swastika on it. It's definitely a Nazi book.
Yeah, just like Captain America #1 is a big Nazi book.
That's right,
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you.
Okay.
Checking the score.
All right. There you go. But so you didn't hear that? Then the guy. The Texas thing is new to me.
I think
I couldn't believe it.
it's coming down the pipe of.
Yeah. No, I know.
I mean, I'm not,
It's
nothing.
It's the same people who don't want to have a conversation about critical race. It's the people who want to ban it without even understanding what it is. We want to crawl back into the cave, all right? And if Reed Richards taught me anything, no one is dragging us back into the cave, all right? No. We're going to keep moving, all right? And as far away from that dark, dank, smelly cave as possible.
First Paw Patrol down house.
But there was a moment. No.
Did you Paw Patrol?
Yeah. They came for Paw Patrol and we did nothing.
It's a source of utopia.
No, but there was a moment where Mouse on the speculation market, because everyone's a whore, started selling for ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah, it was going crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, did Art Spiegelman die? I'm like, what happened? Well, I found out what happened. Democracy died.
Al gave up.
We don't have any conversation.
I think he just left. I think you're just done with this.
No. But again, this is not me on my high horse or anything like that. This is comic related, right? I mean, this is
It's kind of
topical.
and it's topical, and it's a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I apologize if you don't agree.
All right. Now, if you're a cat lover and you were really upset by the way that Mouse views cats, at least there's an argument there.
That's fair.
right?
That's the reason.
Yeah. I'm just.
Tennessee Supreme Court, if that's their logic behind it, they have a problem with cats.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's an argument. I can at least. I'll listen. I'll listen to it. Right. I'm open to listening to that argument. The too many curse words and nudity. There's a little thing called the Bible. No, we're not going to go there.
One of these.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of,
I think they're catching on.
man, it's kind of funny how people are really selective of their pearl clutching. There's very, again, I wonder why, I can't put my finger on why Mouse of all books is banned in certain states. I can't put my finger on it.
I really think if you buy certain things, you should get a pearl. Just, hey, here you go. Touch it. Enjoy.
I know where you should put your pearls, and it's not around your neck, all right?
Mike's girlfriend did that.
We don't have to talk about it.
Whoa, hey. All right, so we're going to sell some books.
All right. I just wanted to bring it up. It was
It's a digression, but
yeah, stop it. Hey, I said in the chat, if you're interested in something, you hit us up. Speaking of the great purveyor of our ideal culture, here is Quasar number 14. And the only thing that gives this book value is the artist of ugly faces. I kid. Todd, don't be mad. This is a cover by Todd McFarlane. This was at this point there was this storyline going on in the Quasar books called Journey into Mystery, and each cover was done by a hot artist at that time in the Marvel staple. And so this is Todd McFarlane's turn. So actually, this cover is pretty fun. This is a high grade copy at $6. Next up is Strange Tales 162. This is only a very good copy, regrettably, but it's complete. It's all good. It's just beat up, like normal beat up. Nothing like no huge tears or anything. It's old. It's a book from 1967. This is the first appearance of Nebulos, but more importantly, the Nick Fury portion of the story in this issue is written and illustrated with an appearance by Captain America by Jim Steranko. So there you go. Strange Tales 162. Very good copy at $16. Yeah, man. Quasar. Cosmic.
Thank you, Duke.
Thanks, Duke. Hey, Duke, how you been, man? Doing well?
All right. Duke, you have 10 days.
All right. Next up, let me just make sure I got my notes here. All right. So here we go. First up is Thor 384. This is a very fine plus copy at $5, and it is the first appearance of the once and future Thor. Technically speaking, that is Dargo Couture, the 26th century Thor. He ended up in the Thor Corps and all that fun stuff. But if you're looking for a more obscure first appearance, look no further than Thor 450, a very fine minus copy because a little stress on the spine. This is only a $4 book, and for $4, you can get the first appearance of Blood Axe.
More obscure Thor for $4?
Yeah, obscure Thor for $4. Yeah, you got it. He's on to it. All right, so there you go. 2 big keys. Buy low. Speaking of big keys, let's stick with some under the radar keys, like this one right here, Uncanny X-Men 235. This is a very fine copy at $6, written by Chris Claremont, illustrated by Rick Leonardi, and the first appearance of Genosha. There you go. X-Men 235, the first appearance of the island of Genosha. If you're familiar with the X-Men mythos, Genosha is, let's say, quite important. All right. And then we have Captain America 282, a really awesome Mike Zeck cover, Constrictor playing some bondage games with Captain America, and then Captain America's other boyfriend, Jack Monroe. He shows up and he's like, "Hey, Steve, I'm not Bucky anymore. I'm Nomad." And Constrictor's like, "Yo, Captain America, I didn't sign up for this multi-partner." I don't want to go too far. I've already had my... Again, how could we be without, Anyway, this is, like I said, Captain America 282, a fine minus copy at $7. And this is the issue where Jack Monroe goes from being Bucky 3 to becoming Nomad 2. So there you go.
We're going to take a quick break after that one, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, so we're doing break.
So we're going to do a break.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
experience.
Hey, what's up? We're back.
Hi, guys.
What's up, everybody?
You know, the tripod.
Which Bucky, which Robin? Come on, Mr. Line, come with it.
What
He
is
said Bucky or Robin, and Zane was like, "Come on, man. What kind of question?"
Bucky or Robin? Oh, is that the argument we're gonna
That's
have?
the question.
Is the question which one is the worst, which one is the best, or which one is the sexiest?
Who's on top? No. I don't know.
In popularity polls,
How many Buckys have we had? Like Bucky Barnes, the original, the Bucky that hung out with the white supremacist Captain America in the 50s, the Jack Monroe Bucky 3 that became Nomad, and then Ricky Barnes, but she was like an alternate reality Bucky, but then she was brought into the Marvel 616. Can anyone think? So that's 4 Buckys. Can anyone think of any? I mean, obviously there's more Robins than probably Buckys.
it's a lot more on.
You know, but Bucky never wore cute little shorts. That's for sure. Yeah.
Jubilee. We got a question about the X-Men.
Yes. Okay. So let's just go through these real fast. All right. So first things first. This is a cover that I imagine some people, if you've been paying attention to the speculation mark, recognize. I'm sorry, this is only a very good copy, which is why it's only $5. Not going for it's closer to $30 as a high grade. This is Uncanny X-Men 184, the first appearance of Forge. And then we have Uncanny X-Men 256. That is a Fine Plus copy at $12. That is the first appearance of Psylocke. And obviously the Mandarin shows up. But really the book has value because first appearance of sexy purple-haired ninja girl. And then we have Uncanny X-Men 257. This is a Fine Plus copy at $8. First appearance of Psylocke as Lady Mandarin, even though I don't think she's Lady Mandarin ever again. The first appearance of Psylocke's psychic knife, and more importantly, the first appearance of one of the most famous costumes of the 90s, Jubilee's yellow trench coat with purple shorts. The trench coat with the shorts.
It's a great song, though.
Yeah, you mean long jacket? I was thinking of the Cake song. Long jacket, short skirt. No, you were thinking of the X-Men 92 theme song. Okay, there you go. For anyone who doesn't know, X-Men 92 is coming back. So again, that's a Fine Plus at $8. And then last but not least is Uncanny X-Men 268. That is obviously a very iconic cover. That is a very fine minus copy at $13. This is the issue where you find out that Captain America, Black Widow, and Logan have history that dates back to the war era. So there you go.
The X-Men Forge.
Oh, that is Uncanny X-Men 184. It's only $5.
So you only get the one.
I only have the one, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ray. Do claim that I had you there.
Yeah, I only have the one. So. But yeah, so for anyone who's wondering why that book is popping up, the only big key that I know in that issue is the first appearance of Forge. Now, I don't know why in the past 3 months people have become just into the first appearance of Forge, but it's a book that I think at one point was maybe $8 to $10, but it's ballooned up to like $30, $40 on some online areas. So I don't know. Hey man, maybe someone knows something in the chat that I don't know, and everyone's like, actually, Forge is getting his own video game, or
If the troll came out,
they just put out a new mobile app game where you're Forge and you have to buy in-game currency to build or craft a new weapon or something.
Spider-Punk book you had last week?
Yeah.
See, there's a new Spider-Punk get his own title.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. You mean I should have just looked at previews to know wwhy? Not only that, but there's a lot of rumors he's appearing in the second Spider-Verse movie. Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, or people are because again, you always have to be a little bit careful, because like me, if I'm telling you as I'm trying to sell you a $50 or $60 book why it's important and why it's going to be important, do some research for yourself as well, because who knows, I can just be making all this up.
He's not making it.
Caveat there.
Just beware of what you're purchasing.
That's all. Because again, when it comes to, somebody did coin the phrase that I was like, why did I not think of this? And they call it spikulation, meaning that certain books sometimes have this insane spike, and no one can explain why. And the big one this week that I'm just flabbergasted by is, so for a lot of people who might not know, Black Panther number 3 came out this past Wednesday, which is technically, in regards to legacy numbering, is the 200th issue. It's also the first appearance of this new character who I think is like anti-Wakandan technology. I don't know the full thing, but it is the first appearance of some new character. But there was this variant. I think it was like a 1 in 25, maybe a 1 in 50 variant. So it either retailed for $15 or $30, okay? Can any of you guess what it is selling for right now on eBay? $1,000.
What was
$1,000.
What was the cover? What's the book? What's the?
It's Black Panther's like, and Storm's behind him going. It's just a variant cover of Black Panther 3. I mean, the book is barely 4 or 5 days old.
Hey, Mike, if they didn't pick that cover up, then you should sell it on eBay right now.
Yeah, in fact, I did see one meme in the Instagram feed that I thought was kind of funny, which is why I was just like, wait a minute, what's happening? And it was like some photo of some dude like laughing, and it was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. So that's the cover. I don't know if anyone can see that. That's the variant cover that's going for like insane amount of money right now. No, it's very pretty. But it was like some photo of some guy like laughing, and it's like comic book store guy that sold it for $150. And then the next photo is dude, almost the same looking guy, bawling, and it's like comic book guy after he found out how much it's really selling for online. I don't know. Sometimes social media can make me chuckle. It usually makes me very sad and depressed, but sometimes it makes me chuckle. So this idea of spikulation is just fair warning. There are some times where some books spike, and you can't fully understand why is it selling for $50 when it just came out 2 days ago. And then a lot of times I always tell people things will usually come back down to its mean. So if a book like quadruples in value, assume that that's a slightly unsustainable high watermark. It'll probably come back to double the value until something else later on down the line happens, where then it kind of jumps up again, stabilizes. How much? 500 someone bought it for? Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't understand. I don't get it. But again, I'm trying to sell books, and I'm confused by a lot of this.
83 bids.
Dude, people are losing their mind for it. For anyone who doesn't know, FOMO is a real thing, all right? Like some people just do not want to miss out on what everyone is working on. So anyway, with that said, that's why we try never to go too crazy with our prices. We try to find that nice middle ground. Because again, I don't want anyone to have buyer's remorse, because I love this art form, and I'd much rather just people bought it and read it, enjoyed it, and loved it, and passed it along. But we recognize here that there is another market, and that market as a retail shop, as Fat Jacks, the way we survive is to
He's trying to talk people out of buying books sometimes. Just because,
sometimes people have, let's say, the wrong motivation why, and when they're talking about the fact that they're not going to eat for the next 2 weeks, but they're going to buy this book, it's just like, hey, buddy, come on.
Don't overextend yourself. This is a hobby.
Yeah.
If you have kids that you need to feed or bills that you need, pay your bills.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry right now.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
And again, I understand it. Sometimes, and there's some people probably in the chat saying this right now. They're like, yo, dude, I had the chance to buy a book for $30. It's now selling for $300. So shut the hell up. And I'm like, you're right, but that's not the rule.
Come on, man. These books aren't supposed to make you money. They're supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
as we're about to try to sell more books.
Buy the books for what you want to buy them for. This is your business.
Yeah.
There's enough of this for everybody.
But the one thing is, we will acknowledge, we will openly talk about why these things, and so that leads us to another book that has recently jumped up. We do not have its main cover, so you might not recognize it. We have the Immortal variant, but if anyone's wondering why Miles Morales Spider-Man number 10 is jumping up in value lately, it's now hovering in that $20 to $30 range. We have a high-grade copy here at $13. It is because not only is it the reintroduction of the Ultimate Green Goblin, but it is the first appearance of a character by the name of Ultimatum. Now, who Ultimatum is all right, so Spider-Men 2, number 1. So you had Spider-Men, which is where Miles Morales and Peter Parker meet for the first time. And then you have Spider-Man 2, where you find out who Miles Morales of the 616 universe is. And first of all, he's not black, he's not Hispanic, he's not a young man. He is an old dude, an old white dude, who is best friends with Wilson Fisk, who is a member of the Magia, Marvel's version of the mob, of the mafia. Instead of 2 F's, it's 2 G's, because someone's really clever. So this evil Miles Morales, you find out, is this evil guy, and he has little to nothing to do with the ultimate Miles Morales, who is now part of the 616, the main Marvel universe. So he is it? Okay. So he has been he's disappeared. After the Spider-Man series, he sort of disappeared. But that issue number 1 of Spider-Man 2 number 1 does have some value, because people were like, this might end up being relevant at some point. Well, recent solicits for the Miles Morales series is teasing that starting with issue number 37, Miles Morales of 616, not to be confused with Spider-Man Miles, the evil Miles, let's call him, he dressed up in an outfit that looks like different variations of Ultimate characters. Like he's got like a weird Ultimate Captain America shield. He's got some stuff. It's just a hodgepodge of different things. And he calls himself Ultimatum, and it looks like he's going to play a bigger role as an enemy for Spider-Man Miles Morales. So because of that, his first appearance as Ultimatum, also, it seems like the storyline of the Ultimate Green Goblin might play a role as well. So that is why there's a lot of speculation, interest, and increasing value going on here with Miles Morales number 10. But again, I reiterate, we do not have, this is the only copy we have, and I was lucky enough to find it. Again, it's the Immortal variant, because I think the main cover is like the Ultimate Green Goblin, sort of like just hovering above, behind Miles. He's all like, let me give you a back rub, So if you're wondering why Miles Morales number 10 is jumping up into that $20 range, it is because evil Miles Morales' first appearance is Ultimatum. See, there we go.
Miles Morales is a teenager.
Yes, but not the evil Miles. He's an old dude.
Who's he giving the back
The evil, the Ultimate Green Goblin is giving a back rub to the young Miles. Yeah, it's very inappropriate.
To the underage child.
Yes, to the minor. Yeah. It's very. But again, it's Norman Osborn. He's a demon. You know, you can't expect morals and ethics from him. You know. So, what are we looking for?
268.
X-Men 268. Yep, that is the iconic cover there. Oh, sorry, there you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. All right. Also, in regards to, because we're here to educate as much as sell books, why is Naomi number 6? Now, again, sorry, we have not, I think the only copy of Naomi, which it's considered the first season, is only 6 issues. If you have Naomi number 1, congratulations. That's a hefty little book right now. But a lot of collectors are beginning to turn their attention to Naomi number 6. Okay. Now, this is a high grade copy, and it's only for $5 because right now people are looking at it, but they're not buying it in high numbers, which is usually what causes the demand increases, the supply dwindles, the value goes up. That's just how it works. But just in case anyone is curious, because Naomi has a TV show going on right now, the reason why certain speculators and collectors are interested in this particular issue, the final issue of Naomi, is because it is the first appearance of a character by the name of, and excuse me for butchering this, Zumbado, who looks to be a possible main antagonist for Naomi. So Naomi is starting to appear in comics again, and there's a lot of word that this character is going to come back into the Naomi comics, and they're going to really build him up as one of her arch nemesis. And that rumor is then, coinciding with the TV show. So you better believe if that character pops up in that show, that $5 book and a little bit is going to be $50 or who knows, you know? So, but there you go. So letting some people know. All right, cool.
Thank you, Mr. Brucci and Mr. Melinda.
All right, cheers, fellas. I think we have, just in case anyone, there are very few times I can say this, but I have one more copy of Naomi number 6 and one more copy, but I'm not sure if it's as high grade of that Uncanny X-Men, the Black Widow, Captain America. So just in case anyone, it's very rare. Most of these books that we sell, it's kind of all the copies we have.
So Mr. Melendez, if that's how you want to do your purchase every week, that was a lot of fun with a little handoff. I like that. We could do that every week.
Oh, you guys earlier this week?
Little bundle action.
Kind of pulling it out of your jacket pocket. There you go. All right.
I mean, he rolls up in that car.
It
looks super shady.
Yeah.
It was the shadiest thing that happened on the street.
It is pretty, and he does look like a baller. Well, Sam's like a boss. Sam's just all like rolls up in this like almost looks like a huge black caddy.
Just running out.
Yeah. He's like, here you go, guys. You do not know this shop is a front? No. Just kidding. Joke.
Real gang.
Yeah. All right, real quick, before I want to talk about something because the industry is constantly at war in regards to, from my perspective, semantics. But let's get to that in one moment. Let's first just acknowledge this. I'm sorry, this is not a high-grade copy. This is actually a VG+. There's a lot of color issues and like fading stuff and everything. But if anyone is looking for an affordable copy of Spider-Man versus Wolverine from 1986, 1985? No, it's 86. Now, this is a one-shot that is very popular, and we had a high-grade copy one time that barely lasted the first 5 minutes of the show. Did you grab that one? Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe it was the other aliases. So just throwing that out there. This is a very good plus. And most of that is spine issues, and I don't know how easy it is to see, but there's just some weird sort of like, it almost looks like a handprint or something. But again, if you've never, it's just a really fun story. This is also, is this considered the first time the Wolverine and Spider-Man ever fight? I'm trying to think of it.
What is it? It's a reprint of Spectacular.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, so
I'm pretty sure it's a reprint.
it's not an original?
All of those Ned
I don't think so.
That is right. Ned, something does happen. Okay, Ned leads.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, either way, it's an $8 book, Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Very good plus, $8. And then, speaking of another facsimile edition, somebody came into the shop, and I had this on a box, and I was just kind of sitting there, and the person goes, "Yo, you better take better care of that." And I went, I had no idea. I was like, "What?" He's like, I can't believe that's just laying out there like that." And I was like, "The reprint of Action Comics #1?"
I can't believe you think that's a real book.
I was like, "If you want, you could buy it for $6." This is a fine minus facsimile edition, Action Comics #1 for only $6. And it also comes with a certificate of authenticity. It is DC Comics certifies that this is an authentic reprint of Action Comics #1 featuring the first appearance of Superman. This special edition reprint is exclusive to, can you guess it? Can you guess it? Loot Crate. Does Loot Crate even exist anymore? Yeah.
They're gone.
Oh, they're gone?
They got bought out.
Oh, so like, did they keep the name Loot Crate, or someone bought it out and then just?
It's still, I think, Loot Crate, but it's under different.
All right. Well, I can say this: if Greg isn't subscribing to it anymore, it isn't worth subscribing to. Anyway, if anyone's been looking for a really nice, beautiful reproduction, reprint of Action Comics #1, affordable, here is a copy that we have for $6.
It's Mr. Barry in the chat. We'll dig out the copy of 268 that we have. If you want to email your contact info, we can get you the price of the edition. I'm not sure, unless you have it handy.
God, I thought I did.
We'll figure it. Yeah, just email your contact info. We'll find it for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no problem. We sort of have it here. Yeah, right on. It's right here. I got it.
There you go.
All right, so this is a fine plus copy, which is why it's only $10. So there you go. Uncanny X-Men 268 fine plus at $10. All right.
You want to hit up those spawns real quick, and we'll come up on breaks probably after the spawn.
Okay, sure. Okay, so
Unless you had something you want.
no. The 3 spawns that we have left are issue #6. This is a high grade copy at $10. First appearance of Overkill. Spawn #7, the first appearance of Second Amendment Spawn. This is a high grade copy at $10. And then Spawn #8, this is the issue where Alan Moore guest wrote it, and they defined the levels of hell in the Spawn mythos, and this is $10. So there we go. It's break time?
Yeah,
We got a couple more minutes? Okay.
This is a lot quicker than I thought.
All right, so we got 5 minutes, so I'm going to belabor a point for one book, okay? And here's the discussion. What I have right here, first of all, a gorgeous Arthur Adams cover, part of an incredibly fun 4-part storyline called Days of Future Present, which dealt with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, specifically a young Franklin Richards, an adult Franklin Richards, and Rachel Summers with this crazy character here by the name of Ahab. But there's a reason why this book at a fine plus, okay? I mean, it's in great condition, but I think it's like the pages aren't super white. I mean, the cover looks beautiful. Sharp edges, all that kind of stuff. But Mike graded this, and I trust Mike. So if he gives it a fine plus, I stick with it. But it's $35, and you wonder yourself, why is this annual $35 even as a high mid-grade? It's because it is the first cameo appearance of Gambit. All right? Now, here is where the discussion happens. And this one, almost more than any other, is why the term cameo and first full appearance started to become very prevalent over the past 20, 30 years, okay? Now, this X-Men annual technically hit shelves a month before Uncanny X-Men, is it 265, 267, 266? Okay, whatever issue is considered the first appearance of Gambit. It's Gambit on the cover with a young Storm. You know the cover. You know what I'm talking about. It's a book that sells for hundreds of dollars, all that kind of stuff. That issue technically hit the shelves a month after this book, okay? Now, Gambit is a player in this issue because the way that Claremont wrote the Uncanny X-Men issue and the X-Men annual was that in regards to story continuity, Gambit is technically first meets a young Storm, who then leads him to be introduced to the X-Men, which then his relationship with the X-Men leads to him being involved in this storyline. So technically speaking, in regards to narrative continuity, the Uncanny X-Men 260 whatever is supposed to take place in regards to the plot before this issue. But this issue came out first. So there are a lot of people who argue that this is the first appearance of Gambit. Then you have others who go, that's not true. The first appearance is 260 whatever. So then this argument goes back and forth, back and forth. It goes back to the Amazing Spider-Man 300 and the Amazing Spider-Man is 299 or 298, whatever. Or the more famous argument, Incredible Hulk 180 or Incredible Hulk 181, which is the first appearance. And so once everyone couldn't decide or make up their mind, you began to get the distinction between a first cameo appearance and a first full appearance. And, some people try to define what that actually means. Some people will say a cameo appearance is they show up on like one panel.
They're just there.
Yeah, or they're in shadow, or maybe they're there, but they're not actually named. But the first full appearance is when they become, they're involved in the story, or they show up a bunch of times on many pages, on many panels. My argument is this. It's only that distinction between a cameo and a full appearance when it's a character that people actually like. If you're looking for the first full appearance of Rock Viper,
who cares?
It's a random issue of Captain America. He's barely in a corner of a panel. I mean, it's sort of his head.
You say that today.
They don't even say his name, but that's considered the first full appearance of Rock Viper.
You say that today. Yeah, same.
But Amazing Spider-Man, what was it, 298, 299? The last page is a full page. What's that? It's 299. It's
it's full appearance. Like how?
But it is though. It's his first. He's on the page.
He's on the last page. He's full body, and he even goes, "I'm Venom."
Like caricature.
I mean, it's his coming out party. He's literally on the last page going.
How do you have a second appearance? Somebody appears once. They say appear. That's it.
It's definition. He appeared
First.
That's it.
I mean, that is literally the argument. Technically speaking, that X-Men annual, the first time Gambit ever appeared in our lives in existence, no matter what was intended, was that annual. But again, as I've always argued, the market will decide, what is the first appearance and what is a first cameo or whatever. Because I respect you 180 guys out there. That is a hill that I applaud you for dying on, but it's never going to work, okay? The only reason 180 just keeps going up in value is because people are totally priced out of 181. So with that said, honestly, I'd be curious about anyone in the chat, what your thoughts are about the kind of the sort of paradigm of what is a cameo appearance, what is a first full appearance, all that kind of stuff.
Mr. Rita makes a good point. He said it's only 5 pages in the end.
Okay.
So I mean,
that's enough to be.
I would feel like that's a, yeah.
I mean, that's a.
Like I think the Venom appearance on the back page is like I think that's it. The Hellboy on the poster
That's the first appearance. He appeared once.
It's. I mean, you
Yeah, but that on a poster.
He appeared.
with that, I'm not gonna poo-poo it, but I don't know.
But that's why that.
For cameo.
But that's why that book's $10. But his first appearance can sell somewhere between $150 and $200. That's valid. Plus, that next Men 21 has 5 pages of Mike Mignola art. So not only is it a first appearance of the character, but Mignola actually drew it. You know. But no, that's a great point because again, hey, Hulk 180. Wolverine is fully there, and he's like, I'm Wolverine.
Like, what's does he have to be on the cover and in the book? Like, what's the distinction?
I don't know. But when we come back from the break, we definitely have a first team appearance of a bunch of characters that might be, let's call it, problematic.
Real quick before the break, Mr. Kieran, you got your action. Mr. Williams, you got your spawn. Duke, you got your action.
Awesome.
I have trouble with the chat, so there you go.
Oh, okay. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
I'm Thomas Munn with Blue Juice Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
Back yet? We're back.
Now you are.
Oh, we're back, so it's all my behind.
Mr. Berry, you got your X-Men.
Booty.
If you could email your contact info or if you're a local customer, just let us know. But otherwise, yeah, I'll ship it out. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you to everybody. Mr. Live, you can take your Shakespeare talk someplace else. It's comic books for football. Man.
Okay, wait. Speaking of Mr. Line, Wordman himself, let's run through a few more bundles real quick. So here we have the first 10 issues of Justice League Europe by DeMatteis and Giffen. Bart Sears did the art. Again, the first 10 issues. This retails for about $36, but we're selling it here for $13. Shirts. Next up, we have The Last Days of Animal Man, 6-issue miniseries from 2009 by Jerry Conway and Chris Batista. This is $20, but we are selling it here in this bundle for $8. Plus, you get a lot of really gorgeous Brian Boland covers. And then we have the Connor Hawk Dragon's Blood 6-issue miniseries from 2007. Connor Hawk is the son of Oliver Queen. This is a 6-issue miniseries. Retails for $20. We got it here for $8. And then we have, at some point, Marvel decided back in 1998 to bring back Journey into Mystery. But it was going to be like sort of a spotlight book. So here you get 3 issues featuring The Black Widow by Scott Lobdell and Dan Green. And then you get 3 issues by Marv Wolfman and Kerry Kerschel of Hannibal King, the vampire detective. So that's 6 issues of Journey into Mystery. Retails for $15. We got it here for $7. All right. Now, I was recently talking about a big, full first team appearance. And it occurs in the 4-issue Black Panther miniseries from, was that 1989? Yeah, 1988. 1988, excuse me. Okay. So, this is, now, I'm trying to remember, it was like Paul B. Gillis, I think is the writer. But more importantly, it is illustrated by Dennis Cohen. I got it. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I love this dude's art. He's amazing. So this is issue 1 of the Black Panther miniseries, 4-issue mini. This is a very fine plus copy at $6. And then we get, you ready for this, fellas? Issue number 2 is a big first appearance. This is definitely a team that is showing up in some Disney Plus series. Especially if anyone asks Al and I, how are we going to celebrate a certain January holiday the next time it comes around?
Oh, this is topical.
Yeah. So in issue number 2, and we have a very fine copy here for $5, is the first appearance of the team, the Supremacists. Wait a minute.
Everybody.
Time out. Do I have their actual names? Oh, come on, tell me I wrote them down. Tell me I looked them up. Oh, where is it?
It's Ted and Jared and John.
I'm pretty sure there's a Chuck in there.
Yeah, it's true. It's Chuck and Charles.
Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh, that sucks.
Tiny boy.
You know, it's flame, white flame. Yo, by the way, that white dragon, first appearance I sold. Who's watched Peacemaker season episode 4 and 5?
Good show.
Dude, that's a great show.
Good show.
No, it is a great show. The end of episode 4 almost like really got me like moved.
I'm really
Dude,
enjoying it.
And I gotta be honest, I'm not into you can't see me, John Cena. I like John Cena, the actor. That dude is hilarious. Anyway, issue number 2, very fine copy at $5. First appearance of the Supremacists. All right, fun times. And then we get issue number 3. There we go. That's a very fine copy at $5. Really?
Hunger with a Y.
You like looked it up?
Yeah. Hunger, Blaze, Harrier.
How do you spell hunger with a Y?
H-U-N-G-Y-R.
Instead of a U. Oh, instead of an E? What?
You're
That's them, yeah. They attempted to take down the Black Ambassador. Rescued by Night. Yeah. Interesting.
huh.
Hey.
That's somewhat
Hey,
topical.
yeah.
88, 87.
I don't make this up, all right?
That's pretty wild.
Sometimes we can only work with the the material that we get our hands on. Real quick, Black Panther number 4 finishes off the 4-issue miniseries. Very fine copy at $5.
You don't have any Dr. Voodoo up there, do you?
I-
Speaking of
I do have some Dr. Voodoo.
iconic black characters.
But real quick, before I get into Dr. Voodoo, let me really quickly show off, if anyone's wondering what this issue of New Avengers number 7 is from my boy Jonathan Hickman's great New Avengers run. This is the issue. This is a high-grade copy at $10. This is the issue where Wakanda officially declares war on Atlantis. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and rewatch every episode of this show we've ever done, because I'm pretty sure I have talked about Black Panther, Namor, Wakanda, and Atlantis a lot.
What do you feel about
I love Namor. You kidding me? As a character?
He's a jerk.
Yeah, but he is awesome. Like, he genuinely is an awesome character. And again, here's the great thing, and certain generations should learn this. You don't need to like every character for them to be interesting, okay? Just throwing that out there. Go watch Lawrence of Arabia. He's a jerk, all right? But it's an awesome movie. Okay? Yeah.
And Solo's a jerk.
Yeah. That's why he shoots first.
So there you go.
He absolutely did.
All right, so again, if you want to know all my thoughts on Dr. Voodoo, go back and rewatch every episode. I've talked about this character a lot. I'm a big fan of this character. I am beyond convinced, even though there's a little bit of there's some smoke, but not a ton of fire. But I'm convinced this character will play a role at some point in the MCU. If you don't believe me, just look to see what Brother Voodoo's first appearance, which I think is Strange Tales 176. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I think it's 176. But what are we looking for?
That's right.
Which one is it?
Oh, yeah, the new Avenger.
Okay, there we go. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Duke. So he's just a great character. Brother Voodoo, then later became Dr. Voodoo, then later became the Sorcerer Supreme, and all that kind of good stuff. Plus, this Dr. Voodoo, Avenger of the Supernatural 5-issue miniseries was written by a writer that I love, Rick Remender. Now, the one regrettable thing we have is that we do not have the 5th issue of this miniseries, which sucks because this miniseries is out of print. Why?
Everything's out.
I don't know. But what we have here now, this first one up is Dr. Voodoo, The Origin of Jericho Drum. All right, so right around the time when New Avengers 53 and 54 were coming out, which was the graduation of Brother Voodoo to Dr. Voodoo. He got his doctorate, and then he became the new Sorcerer Supreme. And before his miniseries came out, Marvel's like, maybe some people don't know who Brother Voodoo is. And when this came out in 2010, I'm going to tell you, out of 50 people who I probably could have surveyed, I bet you 5 of them know who Brother Voodoo was. All right. So they reprinted the first 2 issues. Now, I don't know if it's Strange Tales 174 and 175 or 176 and 177. But the first 2 issues of Strange Tales that introduces Brother Voodoo and his spirit brother and kind of is the origin, this issue reprints those 2 old 60s Strange Tales. Now, this book was only, I think, barely 6,000 copies were published or printed. So this is a rare reprint. Now, regrettably, I found this in the Greg hole, and the Greg hole is not kind to it. And when I say not kind to it, I mean there's a bunch of spine creases right here. That's where, other than that, this book is gorgeous, but these creases are just bad enough that I gave it a very fine minus, which is why this book actually sells for between $20 and $30, but we have it here for $10. So there you go. Now we move on to, we've had, I think we had 1 copy of number 1 on here before. I'm pretty sure Wordman grabbed it because he was probably, I think when this book was coming out, the only person I knew in the shop who we would talk very glowingly about the Dr. Voodoo miniseries. We both were big fans. But I was very fortunate while doing some digging. I found 2 more copies of number 1 and a couple copies of 2, 3, and 1 copy of 4. Now, again, these are all they're all high-grade copies, and they're relatively cheap. Okay, so here's issue number 1. That is $6. Look at that. That is just so awesome. And then you get issue number 2, also a high grade at $4, and you get a little son of Satan, Hellstrom. He's hanging out with Dr. Voodoo, playing some pinochle or something. I don't know. Now this cover I love. That's a high grade copy at $4. That's issue number 3. And then issue number 4, the only copy of this that we have. This is a high-grade copy at $4, and that is Dr. Voodoo fighting Nightmare, one of the main villains of Doctor Strange, and a character that at some point will rear his ugly head in the MCU. You better believe it. So there we go. We got our Dr. Voodoos. Yes.
All the Dr. Voodoo.
All of them, even the reprint?
All of it.
All right.
All of the Dr. Voodoo. All of the Dr. Voodoo.
But not every copy,
For
right?
every copy
Really?
of every book that has Dr. Voodoo, Gary Lima State.
All right.
Every single one. Trades.
Man.
reprints.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, Dr. Voodoo's going to be huge.
Is that true, Mr. Lime? Do you want multiples of these? Because I was just.
Yeah, he was probably messing around, but let's just.
But you get what you get, and we'll put the rest up.
All right, good stuff. Great taste, Gary. Great taste.
Gary's hoarding. It tastes great, Mr. Lime.
No, in all honesty, every time we do this and we run into one that I feel this strongly about, I'm gonna beat this drum until it breaks. It is a travesty that miniseries is out of print. I mean, the character barely, and that miniseries, Gary. If anything else, it's not a bad idea to hoard them because I think at most the highest publication that issue 1 had was maybe 8,000 copies. And then every issue after dropped down to like 7,000 and 6,000. So in fact, there's not that many copies of that miniseries even out there. Let alone they put out one little trade paperback, and then that thing's out of print in a blink of an eye.
This is what we have left. If anybody's
Yeah, so let's throw these back up there in case anyone is interested.
interested. Thank you, Mr. Lime.
And again, this is one of those things where I keep talking about this glowingly, not because it's a big speculation or it's good. It's just like one of those times where we can just openly talk about how much we enjoy a comic book for its story and its art and its characterization and all that kind of stuff. So there we go.
You just read his Deadly Class too. You just read the most recent issue of Deadly
Yes,
Class.
yeah. Probably my favorite comic book that no one reads anymore.
He's on quite a run. If anybody's a Remender fan, he's got quite a few books going right now.
Dude,
And it's really like Scumbag still going.
yeah, we got a few more issues of that.
Righteous Thirst is.
Who knows how long that's gonna go.
Yeah, I think it's finite, but I don't know what the issue count is. And Deadly Class is ending.
Yeah, Deadly Class coming to an end soon. I'm trying to think. I think there's something new coming out from Remender. I think. But if you've never read Rick Remender, I love his superhero work. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in there. But if you've never read his creator-owned work, Black Science, Low, Deadly Class is my all-time favorite.
Oh,
Fear Agent.
Fear Agent. Oh,
Man.
you like Die Hard?
Yeah.
It's John McClane in space.
And the funny thing is, Rick Remender is Al and I if we actually wrote and were talented. Because he's like literally I think our same age. He's like our generation. He worked at a comic book store in college. And like if you read Deadly Class, it's semi-autobiographical, and there are things that happen in that book that happened to us during some darker, more problematic times, you know?
Damn, those Fear Agent.
Yeah. Was it like a throwback to like the old like sci-fi pulp books with like the
It's so much fun. And like the sci-fi in it is really good.
Yeah.
It's just, it's kind of tongue in cheek for a while.
Yeah, but when it gets heavy,
It's
It's a dick
really
punch.
dark.
Yeah.
It's
it's rough.
excellent book.
Yeah. Okay. So because every time I think we are completely and utterly out of every single Moon Knight book that we own, that we have here in the shop, which we are so close. I don't know if I'm going to be satisfied, like happy, until every Moon Knight issue doesn't exist anymore in the shop.
Well, we also are going through a collection, so everybody stay tuned because you never know what's going to get done.
Yeah, that is very good. So here we have sort of random, but not that. But here is Moon Knight, Mark Specter Moon Knight number 18. It is the final part of the trial of Moon Knight. It's a very fine plus copy at $4. But more importantly, we have, because never forget that Mark Specter Moon Knight was being published in the 90s. So you better believe when issue number 50 came out, that's a die-cut cover. So there's Moon Knight burning his Avengers ID card because he's quit the Avengers in this issue. And then if you peel away this cover, you'll see the sad Avengers, and they're staring at a little card burning in front of their feet in a big white void, because, you know, the Avengers like to hang out in like that Matrix void universe thing. Anyway, this is a high-grade copy at $5. Moon Knight quits. And then we get from one of the best Moon Knight runs of all time, with probably my favorite comic book artist ever, Bill Sienkiewicz, when he was really starting to become the Bill Sienkiewicz we know. Now, there's nothing super key. There's no first appearance of Scarlet, or the first appearance of Midnight Man, or the first appearance of, pube groomer, or whatever, bushwhacker. That was it, yeah. That's awesome. Long walk off a short pier for that joke. Yeah, it took me a moment. But now this is just it's a fun little issue. This is a very fine plus copy of issue number 18 for only $6. But this cover here, number 20, this is part of the series of Moon Knight issues that actually have some iconic covers by Bill Sienkiewicz. So pretty much the reason why this book, even at a very fine plus, is $12, it's because primarily that cover. That's the one. There's a few other covers that the books have value because of the cover. That's it. I mean, the books are great. They're great stories, great art, all that kind of stuff. But again, no first appearances, no deaths, no, whatever. No controversy because they use a racial epithet or, anything of that nature, Like, coming out?
From Moon Knight.
Okay. Sienkiewicz does? Well, because issue number 7, talk about a book that really blew up. The Raza variant cover that exploded. I think it was like maybe retail for like $10, $15. It's now like a $50, $60 book. I mean, it's not $1,000 like Black Panther 3, but
Do you have the first Pube Groomer?
I do not have I do not have the first appearance of Pube Groomer. But if I did, you better believe I'm selling it to you folks. That's for sure. Yeah. Because if there was ever a character that's going to appear at a Disney show, it's definitely Pube Groomer.
Mr. Ryan, you have an official claim on it. Even if you don't want it, I'll put it aside for you.
Hey, I will write and draw that issue and publish it just so I can sell it to you. Okay. Next up is technically we're gonna dip into a DC key. A DC key of a character that I hate, but a lot of people do have fond, nostalgic memories of this character. No, I am not talking about Hal Jordan, but this is Green Lantern 48. Do you know who it's the first appearance of? It is the first appearance of Girlfriend in a Refrigerator. You got it.
Oh, is that the issue?
No, it's not the actual issue. I wish it was, because I would show the panel so fast.
Oh my God.
No, but this is the first appearance of Alexandra DeWitt and her boyfriend, some tool named Kyle Rayner. They show up at the very end. They're like half naked, like in the desert. Like, I don't know, like it's obviously like midnight, but they're acting like they're at the beach. I don't know what that was.
We gotta go to Circuit City and get a new fridge.
So you can do desert at midnight. Horribly cold.
Yeah, it's super cold.
It's not warm.
It's even cold at
What are
the
you guys
beach.
doing?
Yeah. When the sun goes down, it gets kind of cold.
Humidity tries up. It is cold.
Yeah, the sand doesn't really absorb heat the way that
Good job.
What's the issue with the
it's like 54, 55.
She doesn't stick around for too long.
Oh, no. Which gives Gail Simone a lot of credence. For anyone who's not familiar, we're not going to belabor the point too much. But Kyle Rayner's girlfriend, who was introduced in this issue with Kyle, it's his first appearance. I mean, obviously, he's a significant Green Lantern. So this book, at a very fine plus, is still valued at $16. But there's a trope throughout most media, especially in the 20th century, that a young writer who at the time had not broken into the comic industry, but would because of this blog post, Gail Simone, she wrote the, to some people, infamous essay called Girlfriend in a Refrigerator. I'm pretty sure that was the title. And so what happens is Kyle Rayner becomes Green Lantern after Hal Jordan loses his mind. And so Kyle's a hero, but he's a little resistant and all that kind of stuff. And this villain, Major Force, comes along. He's like, yo, I'm a big badass. Do you want to, like, you know, measure it together? And Kyle's like, nah, I don't really want to do it. Major Force is like, I'm going to prove to you that I'm a very large. And so what he does is Kyle Rayner comes home and he walks in and he's like, Alexandra, where's my food? And there's no answer. And then he's like, well, I better check the refrigerator. Maybe she made me a lasagna and she like left it in there. And so he opens up the refrigerator and what he sees is her mutilated body shoved into this refrigerator, who we'll later find out by Major Force. Now, you ask yourself, why was she murdered? One reason: to give the male character motivation to be a badass. And so Gail Simone goes, wait a minute.
Couldn't do it on his own.
Yeah. Why does every female character, be it a wife, a girlfriend, a best friend, a random girl in the street?
It was called Women.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Thank
chat.
you, Zane.
Thank you, Zanin. And so the basic concept was,
Yeah, you would know that, Zane.
why does every female character have to only exist to give the male protagonist motivation? And it obviously started a conversation that was very important for our culture to have, though let's argue a lot of people were not happy to have that conversation and are still complaining about it to this day. Everyone hates Last Jedi, you know.
I hate the Last Jedi.
Shut up, man. We're not having this. Anti-Monster Squad, haven't seen Unforgiven. You know who likes Last Jedi and agreed with me? Tom. Yeah, the new Tom. New Tom, yeah. Because Zane and I were talking about Last Jedi, and Tom goes, Brendon, you're really smart. I agree with everything you said. And I went, thank you, Tom. I really look forward to working with you more.
Suck up to the manager. Oh, yeah, all right, I'm fine.
And
can you go buy me a lottery ticket?
yeah, can you give me a bottle of whiskey? You know, I'm like, don't worry, I have one in my back pocket.
You've never invited my house again.
Anyway, Green Lantern number 48, very fine plus, $16. First appearance of Kyle Rayner, but more importantly, the first appearance of Alexandra DeWitt. Her death would start a conversation that this industry desperately needed to have. All right, there you go.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick
Break time.
This
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why walk into your local comic shop blind when you can go in laser focused on the best books on the shelf?
Hi everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skim It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you rapid-fire reviews of all the new comics hitting stores. Spend less time shopping and more time reading.
This is Provenance of Secrets.
This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Hey, I'm Garrett Gunn. You might know me from Good Boy, Warhorns, Franklin and Ghost, and you're watching The Experience.
Hiya.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Zane, I hope you're in the chat, buddy, because we got some Wally Wood hanging up here. I threw that out there just for you, bud. All right, everyone, so this is our last segment. So let's see if I can try to sell some comics without really, yes.
I don't like the way Gary calls a woman.
Gary calls me a woman?
No, he said, "You have a John in the fridge." It's a woman in the fridge.
Hey, man.
It's a woman.
We're all from Philly.
Right?
It's John.
Everything's a John.
It's a John, man.
It's a person.
Hey, stop it. North Jersey. All right, chill out, Princeton. Chill out, all right?
Person in the fridge.
Shots.
They have a human being in the fridge.
We don't have it. Just
It's not you pastrami in the fridge. It's not.
Real quick, if we want to talk about real guys who really have some BDE, look at some John Sable Return of the Hunter bundles. There you go. From 1988, issue 1 through 8. It is the combination of James Bond mixed with, what did Mike Girl say? It's James Bond mixed with, oh my God, I can't remember. They were like it doesn't matter. This is issue 1 through 8 by Marv Wolfman and Bill Jaska. It's $9.
Big dick energy.
BDE, babies. That's how Nick Foles won Philly a Super Bowl with BDE, man. Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm on like a tuna fish can.
I'm a thimble.
It's all about the
It's all about being a Coke can. 12 ounces over here.
All right, we got stuff.
Okay. Next up is Sable, 1988, issue 9 through 14, $7. And then Sable, 15 through 21, $8. And then this is fun. All of these covers are illustrated by Tim Vigil of Faust fame. This is Sable from 1990, issue 22 through 27 for $7. And there's some early Tim Vigil art. I thought some people would get a kick out of that. That's pretty cool. All right, cool. So we got some bundles up here for anyone to check out.
Mr. Lyon, you got your Green Lantern. I'll check our Jersey store, see if we have a copy of the fridge issue.
I don't think we have. It's quite infamous.
It's a hard one to come by.
Yeah.
You never know. Like I said, we're going through stuff now. So,
You never know. You never know.
It's happened before.
So real quick before I talk about a couple, what haven't we got? Oh, that whole row we haven't gotten to yet. All right, so real quick, let's talk about these Doctor Stranges real fast, just because we got them. A little Gene Colan art in here. Doctor Strange number 27. That's a Fine Plus copy at $4. It's the showdown with Stigro, Stygro, Stugaro. I don't know. His name's whatever. I don't think there's anything key. Oh, wait. Oh, Roger Stern begins writing this book. Okay, so around this time, Roger Stern started writing Doctor Strange, and then he had plans to do a new Doctor Strange book with Frank Miller. It didn't happen. Here we go. Doctor Strange 29. That is a Fine Plus copy at $4 with a little guest appearance from Nighthawk here. There you go. And then we get Doctor Strange number 32 with a big key. You ready? First appearance and first cover of Dreamweaver. You got it. The monkey song, the character talked about in the monkey's Dreamweaver, appeared here in Doctor Strange as a villain. He was like, Dreamweaver. Actually, who actually does that song? It's probably not the monkeys. Who does the Dreamweaver? Hey, chat, who does that? Dreamweaver.
I think they do carpet rock.
No.
Oh, Steppenwolf?
No.
The Birds? All right, let's not do a podcast thing where a bunch of assholes argue or just If anyone knows who does that song, Dreamweaver, let us know.
NWA.
I know they.
Yeah, NWA. They might have sampled it. No. Anyway, first appearance of Dreamweaver. Yay! Fine plus copy, $4. And then Gary, the guy's name was Gary Wright.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Really?
And he did not do all the other songs you guys
I
mentioned.
broke my nail.
Yeah, Gary Wright. I think he was a founding member of NWA.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, before. Yeah, no.
Yeah, before Eazy-E joined the band.
That's right.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
God, I didn't know.
Absolutely. If you don't believe us,
Everything on the internet's real.
I was going to say, yeah, if you don't believe us, then you've never been on the internet.
Buy our books.
Anyway, Doctor Strange 72. There's nothing key about it. I had it. I threw it out there. I like showing off Doctor Strange comics. Very fine copy, $3. All right. So, this is a big key. Captain America 328. Daredevil? Nope. Wolverine? Nuh-uh. It's, you got it, Sylvester Stallone as Demolition Man. No, but it's technically the first appearance of D-Man, who is referred to as Demolition Man. And whenever I see Demolition Man, I can't help.
Basically, Wolverine.
No, it's just like his costume looks. He was like part of the wrestler group, the Power Broker.
Wolverine in service.
Oh.
Not to.
No, you're so right. And then he also became the Punisher, and he also became Moon Knight.
It's like a whole weird thing.
Yeah, he was the character. He was like the Cerebus parody vigilante. And whatever vigilante or badass character was popular at that time, he would change into that. And at one point, he changed into Sandman, Morpheus.
Did he maintain throughout the series?
Oh, yeah, it's the same character. He just keeps changing into different versions of. Yeah, I'm like one of the very few people who read all 300 issues of Cerebus more than one time. Anyway, Captain America 328. This is a fine plus copy at $6. And look how upset Captain America Steve is that he's being saved by D-Man. D-Man. Can you
Daredevil, Wolverine. I don't care what you said.
real quick? If you have a buddy and his nickname is D-Man, I don't know. I don't want to know what the D stands
He
for.
probably doesn't know that that's his nickname.
Good for you or bad for you at the same time.
Is he BD Man?
Or he's just a D-man.
There you go. He's just a big D. Is there anything else about this issue I'm forgetting? Nope, that's it. What's that?
Zane's interested in the cover.
Yes, all right, Zane. I didn't know if you were still in the chat. So let us move. Yeah, here's this nice little run here. So the first 11 issues are actually illustrated by Wally Wood. After that, Wally Wood does the covers, but I'm not sure who else does the interior. Zane probably knows. But let's just do a quick run through. There's only a couple keys.
That's very cool just because I only see those reprints.
Yeah.
We never have the original.
I stumbled upon them while rooting through the Greg Hole, published by Tower Comics, which obviously does not exist anymore. Did you know that Thunder stands for the Higher United Nations Defense Enforcement Reserves?
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why would you do that?
I wonder if S.H.I.E.L.D., does this predate S.H.I.E.L.D. and they just stole that concept? Anyway, this is a big key. This is Thunder Agents #1. This is the first appearance of Dynamo, the first appearance of Mathor, I'm trying to remember all their names. But anyway, it's like this is the big one, which is why even at a very good minus copy, this is a $30 book. High grade Thunder Agents #1s, they go more into like the mid hundreds. But still, if you don't know our feelings about Wally Wood, go back and rewatch a lot of shows. Some of them get kind of dark and depressing. But hey, man, we love Wally Wood here. So there you go. This is issue #1. This is a big key. First appearance of all these characters. Very good minus at $30. But just to be clear, the condition is more based upon it just being old. It's complete. There's no water stains, no great tears. It's just an old aging book. That's it. So there you go.
I'll take that. Cool. Zane's gonna take that. Thank you, Zane.
Yes, Aiden!
He said that the thunder comes from Man from Uncle.
Oh, so they stole it from Man from Uncle.
That makes sense.
All right, that makes a ton of sense.
The
All right.
entire United Nations Defense Enforcement, but the reserves.
Well, yeah, because you can't
Who
send
are you people?
you can't send superheroes when you're trying to calm the situation down first, and then when the situation gets out of hand.
So United Nations Defense Enforcement is a higher than.
Yeah. All right, so let's just go through this. So here is issue number 3. I just want to show off some Wally Wood art here. This is a good copy at $8. Dynamo versus Menthor. That's his name, Menthor. That's like the menthol Thor. Yeah.
Did you find out about Mulan that Spiderman got?
Moreland.
No, there's nothing about it.
Really? So is Gary messing with us? There's probably something. Jason, Banana's really bad at being the producer. Yeah, here we go. Here's issue number 4. This is a very good copy at $14, and I think this is the issue where Menthor dies. That's when Newport takes him over and like chops up his body and throws it in.
Snoops comes in.
And then Cool and Sable.
Yeah, there you go. And
Camel.
Joe Camel, really, he's the
Camel
king.
rocks him.
He's the kingpin. Thunder Agents number 6. This is a very good copy at $12. We're still in the wood. Look, it's demo.
All controlled by Stoke.
Like, it's just such a great era of comics. Like, they're so sincere, and like, it's all camp because they're very serious. They're not winking at you.
It's not camp, it's serious.
No. Camp is, it's funny because they're taking themselves seriously. That's camp. No, if someone is winking at you the whole time, that's not camp.
We gotta talk about it.
Oh, jeez.
We got.
All right, your chat.
Cabin in the Woods is a camp movie.
Cabin in the Woods is not a camp
What would you
movie.
consider that?
Cabin in the Woods is a meta genre film. Okay?
That's a lot.
Okay,
Jason's.
no, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls is a camp movie. The Eyes of Laura Mars is a camp movie. You know,
Friday the 13th.
Baby Jane, Baby Jane, that's a camp movie because those two women wanted to kill each other and were taking themselves way too seriously, and it's funny. That is not
See? The 80s.
The first one.
Weird.
No, because they know they're mocking it.
Yes.
Anyway, let's Thunder Agents number 7, very good copy, $12. Oh, by the way, yeah, they stole the Vision. Just so we're clear. All right. Here, Thunder Agents number 10, very good plus copy, $16. Thunder Agents number 11, the last true Wally Wood issue, very good plus, $12. Thunder Agents number 12, very good plus, $12. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Zane.
Thank you, Zane. All right.
Well, what would you say Mel Brooks film for?
Comedies and parodies.
Not camp.
Not camp. Camp. Okay. Again.
No,
all
I
right.
always say they're camp.
Troll 2. Troll
Camp.
2 is camp
It's camp.
because they thought they were making a real movie.
No.
Okay.
Friday
The Room.
13th, second-
The Room is camp because
No.
that dude thought he was making a real movie,
He's just making.
and he thought he was as sexy as evil Mel Gibson.
That's a cult classic because he
Dude,
made a
dude.
man movie and people love it.
No.
He loved that movie. He thought it was good.
You're missing. Camp is
You're gonna camp for fun.
no. All right. This is like
We're gonna duke it out later.
no. This is like when the 15-year-olds on the internet decide that certain words don't mean what they used to mean, and they've now decided to change their meaning because it's like people who don't understand what pretentious means or irony means. You know, camp.
You're being very ironic with this, right?
Gary, come on, Gary, word
Listen,
man.
Listen,
Wordman said
Irreg-
Mel Brooks films are camp.
listen.
That's why I brought it up.
Irregardless, you're
Gary, what? Okay,
Right,
if the movie is winking at you the whole time, it's not camp. Okay? Miss Congeniality is not camp. No. What was the movie with Denise Richards where they're in the beauty pageant? Oh yeah. That's camp. Especially when Kevin Bacon is hanging down. Or is it butt? Is it just butt?
To anybody interested, I rewatched Surviving the Game last night. That movie holds up really well.
What is Surviving the Game?
With Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, where he gets hunted.
Oh my God! I forgot about that. What movie? What year did that come out? Very Good Plus, $12.
If anybody's interested, Surviving the Game is worth rewatching.
Very Good Plus, $12.
We're watching the first time.
I mean, yeah. You
Very Good Minus, $8.
get Rutger Hauer, Charles S. Dutton.
Very Good, $10.
F. Murray Abraham, Ice-T.
Very Good, $10.
And the dude from Scrubs.
Zach Braff?
No, the guy.
Tucker.
I don't know.
John
C. McGinnis.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Oh, good stuff, man. Would that be a good double feature with Judgment Night?
If you could find it, I would love to rewatch Judgment Night.
Dude, it doesn't exist.
I've forgotten about the Judgment Night soundtrack.
Okay.
Which I guess is just like a bunch of mashups.
Yeah, so
it's all 90s band, 90s hip hop. Like
it's
formed
it's heavy metal
Yeah.
mixed with just hip hop.
But like you look at the soundtrack,
It's awesome.
It's a legit good. It's like
awesome.
a 90s quality soundtrack.
Same thing with like the Spawn soundtrack is really good. Yeah, the Crow soundtracks and all the time. All the time. By the way, I recently rewatched The Crow. I'm not going to sit here and blow your mind by saying it holds up. It is one of the best 90s films ever. It is. And don't let a bunch of tool bags who think they're ruin the Crow movie for you. Just saying, all right? Because I knew a lot of them.
We went back highlights.
I don't think they're around.
Probably not. Nah. No, of course not, because it's not cool anymore.
Of course, we're not high school either.
Yeah, it all depends if the girls want to sleep with the dead guy, and if you look like the dead guy. Like, it's like girls aren't trying to sleep with dudes who look like Kurt Cobain as often as they used to. You know,
the mother in The Crow is in Unforgiven.
Yes, that is true.
She was in quite a few.
Isn't she the one who gets cut up?
She is.
She is the one who gets cut up.
She's also the prostitute that turns down Christian Slater for a date at the beginning of True Romance.
Oh my God, you're right.
I don't know if she's
Does she
a prostitute.
only play sex workers?
She's a prostitute now, though. I feel like she wouldn't turn him down if she was a prostitute. That's fun.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe she. No, but you're right.
But she showed up a lot.
And she's always like some version. If she's not a sex worker,
she's got her luck in some.
Yeah, in some way she's selling her body in some form. You know, like that kind of No, I'm not gonna. That's very objective. I was gonna make a joke that is satirical, but might not be taken as so. And so, I have to always remember this is being recorded and this exists on some internet thing.
We represent.
Yeah. We represent a business, even though the views expressed on this show that come out of our mouth do not represent microfetchs or the experience.
If anybody sees anything that we haven't talked about and you're interested,
Yeah, because we're getting close, right?
Yeah,
Oh shoot! Yeah.
So please feel free to email or DM Instagram or phone call or come to the shop.
All right, so let's
or anything.
Right, let's blow through a couple books real quick, just because they're up here. Here are 3 Batman books.
And real quick, to anybody who claimed books tonight, 10 days. 10 days, your books are going back. If you're a subscriber or not, you got to work something out because
it's not a threat.
It's not a threat, but we're sitting on a lot of books from a lot of people. And
and again, nothing personal.
It's a lot easier to run the shop with the lights on and new product coming in. And a couple weeks is fine. We're not trying to we got movie books.
Yeah. That's all. So real quick, another big key from the 90s. First print of Batman 497, high grade copy at $14. I imagine most of you can figure out what happens in this book. The breaking of the bat. There you go. And then a recent key from James Tinian's and Jorge Jimenez, who is an unbelievable artist. But this is two copies of the same book. One of them is just a variant. This is Batman 106, This is a high-grade copy at $8. First appearance of Miracle Molly. First appearance of Master Wise. And then this is the double cover, where you see all of the Bat family. Again, another high-grade copy of Batman 106, $8. And then we get X-Men Unlimited, number 12. High-grade copy at $4. And this is the first appearance of Spite. And if anyone doesn't know who Spite is, the next question I ask is, do you know who the villain Despair is? Because if you don't, then you will not be that impressed when I tell you she is the sister of Despair. All joking aside, one of my favorite, we've done a show when we had this issue and we sold it. There was an issue of Uncanny X-Men after Cyclops left the group and he went on his walkabout and he was down in New Orleans on a boat or something. He was like a rigger, or something. He was hanging out on a boat. You know how dudes who lost their girl, who got killed on the moon, by suicide. So he was down in New Orleans and he ran into Man-Thing, and Cyclops and Man-Thing took on this new villain called Despair. Well, here's his sister, her first appearance. Hey, you don't know that. All right, next up is Avengers 260. This is not Nebula's first appearance, but it is a cover by John Byrne and is Nebula's first cover appearance. I know that's important to some people. And it is the origin of Nebula, where you will find out that she is related to Thanos. This is a fine plus copy at $3.50. And then we have Avengers 268, a fine plus copy at $4. The first cameo appearance of the Time Variance Authority, which would have been probably more relevant if I found this issue when Loki was airing. But the Time Variance Authority is still going to play a major role within the MCU, so anything connected to them still garners some interest, and people are always sniffing around. And again, it's a fine plus. It's only $4. I mean, hey, most comics nowadays are $9.99. So, just saying.
Are you out of your mind?
Unless you're reading Spawn, you're not getting anything less than $4.
Wait a minute. I might have been wrong about 268 because I had these Fantastic Four issues. Wait a minute. Oh, no. I am completely... So Avengers 268 is really just pertaining to Kang, and it's the beginning of the Kang Dynasty story. The first cameo appearance of the Time Variance Authority is right here in my hand, and that's why it's $8. It is Fantastic Four 346, the FF battle for their lives on the island that time forgot. Walt Simonson was doing the FF at this time. This is a very fine minus copy at $8, and like I said, it is the first cameo appearance of the Time Variance Authority. The other FF issue we have is during the John Byrne run. This is Fantastic Four 277. This is the issue where Franklin Richards fights Mephisto and actually defeats Mephisto. You will later find out when John Byrne is doing the West Coast Avengers during his Dark Scarlet Witch run, that when Franklin Richards defeated Mephisto, he shattered Mephisto's soul into 6 different fragments. It will be later revealed that the Scarlet Witch stole 2 of those fragments and used them to create her twins. And so that is why, during WandaVision and everything, everyone was convinced Mephisto was going to show up and everything like that. And who knows? It might still play out. But, for anyone who remembers that storyline or is just curious, this is Fantastic Four 277, a 4-year-old toddler versus the devil. Fine plus copy at $3. All right. And I guess with that, we're pretty much, we're about up. Okay, so let me make sure, is there anything up here that I did not talk about? It looks like we did talk about everything. We got a couple bundles real quick. Let's run through them. Valor, post Eclipso. Valor issue 1 through 11 from 1992. This retails for $35. We got it here for $10. Valor issue number 12 through 19 with a bunch of early Adam Hughes covers. 12 through 19. It retails for $24. We have it here for $7. It's the complete DOA story arc. Anyone who's interested in some 90s Image, not the Union miniseries, it's the Union series from 1994, issue 0 through 7. Retails for $24. We got it here for $10. Superman Gen 13. Adam Hughes wrote it, but Lee Bermejo, a young Lee Bermejo, illustrated this 3-issue miniseries. Retails for $10. We got it here for $4. The Grievous Journey of Ichabod Azrael and the Dead Left in His Wake, with a bunch of really cool covers by a lot of different artists like Glenn Fabry and Eduardo Rizzo and a couple others I can't think of. This is from 2015, a complete 6-issue limited series. Retails for $24. We got it here for $10. Maybe someone likes the Human Bomb, an old school character. This is from 2013, 4-issue limited series. Retails for $12. We got it here for $4. A character introduced during Dan Slott's and Humberto Ramos's run of Amazing Spider-Man. This is the character Alpha. And this is the 0.1 issue that sort of reprinted his origin from Amazing Spider-Man. And then he got a 5-issue limited series. There you go, from 2013. This retails for $24. We got it here for $10. And last but not least, Justin Gray and Dan Palmiotti did a 6-issue miniseries. It's superheroes being jerks. From Wildstorm Comics from 2005. Like I said, 6-issue complete miniseries. Retails for $20, $8. All right, so that is, as they say, that. That's it. All right, so are we anything up there people were looking for?
Somebody coined this 346.
All right, no surprise there. I figured if anyone would be that one. I wonder if it was Butt Rag. The enemy of banana.
Thank you,
Thank you, Booty Juice. It's always a pleasure. The cousin of Butt Rag.
Why does it keep getting worse?
So what are you getting better?
Hey,
Really?
some of us would wonder why you of all people are taking this personally. We're obviously not talking about you. You know. Anyway,
for the guy.
yeah. Well, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. 1 minute before 8, so we don't want to screw over the experience. Hopefully, we'll see you back here next week. If you want to check out the local show, 4:30 to sort of 6 on the Fat Jack's Comicrypt Facebook page.
Mike show tomorrow on the Comic Book Shopping Network. Just go to our Facebook page. It has a link to all the shows. This one, previous show, Mike's show, the Instagram. You can DM Eric if you have any questions about anything you've seen, or you can email.
Yeah, anything that didn't sell,
yeah,
it is up.
New books this week. Not much snow on the ground.
So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and hopefully we'll see you back here next time. Take care. Be well. Peace.
Hey, I'm Joe Pruitt. I'm the publisher and /CEO of Aftershock Comics, and you're watching The Experience.